This daf yom Yerushalmi, Savashumas, and article Oz v'Hod edition we're at daf Tzai Tesamav at the first header. Em Mabashin Yayin Show Truma, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Zara then says Lezer Rav Yochanan. In the Vilna doubtless there is no header. So Nun down in the days. Where is it? No, it's on top of Nun Ham Ralph. No, should top of Nun Ham Ralph. That's Rabbi Yochanan, first words on the page. Okay, so we were talking about our Mishnah, the header is Mishnah, obviously, where it says you can't cook wine of Truma. Mishnah. Because you are going to diminish its volume. Rabbi Yehuda permits it because you are going to enhance its flavor. So, says the Gemara. One says, indeed, you diminish its volume. This says, no, because it's diminishing the amount of people are going to drink it, because not everybody drinks cooked wine. We don't know who said which swallow it. Rabbi Yochanan said elsewhere that where it was previously in Perek Beis at the end of Halacha in Halacha Gimel, Mechav says Rabbi Yehuda. That Rabbi Yehuda seems to contradict himself. That here Rabbi Yehuda says the bishul enhance the wine, and the second parak he says they can't be torei mina mavushal she'ena mavushal. Sounds like the bishul ruins the wine. So from Rabbi Lezer, actually, from Rabbi Lezer, ain't a muchlefes. Rabbi Lezer says no, it's not muchlefes. That really Rabbi Yehuda holds not that ain't torei mina mavushal because most people don't enjoy drinking it. Kan b'kohen b'bailin. So the kohen is allowed to cook it. The bailim is not allowed to cook it. So the Rabbi Yehuda said mashbicho in our Mishnah that for that kohen is a shebach. Our Mishnah is about kohen. For him, he wants to cook it, let him cook it. So the other Mishnah is by the Bailim. And by the Bailim, no, you can't be turned from Mavushal to Shem Mavushal because for most people, it doesn't make taste better, it makes it taste worse. So since Rabbi Lezer said that that's how to reconcile the Mishnayos, it must be that Rabbi Yochanan holds that the language that you're diminish it from its drinkers, because that's not relevant to a Kohen. So therefore, Rabbi Lezer, because Kohen is the one who's deciding to mabashal it, and it's not going to diminish it for him. Obviously, he wants it cooked. So it must be that the language of again. I'm sorry, I got mixed up my train of thought here. The Lashon Mata Mishosef is not shy to the Kohen. Rabbi Lezer once said our Mishnah is about Kohen. So if it's not possible, Rabbi Lezer is the said that Lashon Mata Mishosef, right? So he must have said that he must have said Neshama Mito Midasa. The measure is diminished. So in Rabbi Yochanan said Neshama Mito Mishosef. So he holds that it's going to diminish the amount of drinkers, because it's not worth to say Mishnah is about a Kohen in the Kohen's. So it's about by the Yisrael, by the Baal Bais. Yehuda ben Ami v'Shem Rabbi Shimon said Nation Amita mi Shoisav, and Ami is saying Rabbi Shimon Lakish because you diminish it from the people who are going to drink it. So he evidently said the same thing like Rabbi Yochanan. Uh, it's interesting because the article is interesting. The Vilna's Gersa Rabbi Yehuda ben Kini Rabbi Ami. Evidently, the ben Kini is a mistake. And I think it's taken out here. Little letter Zion. Because the Buni. He says the rest of it doesn't have it. Okay. That brings us to the Mishnah. Tavash Tamarim, Yain Lachabes. Tavash Tamarim, Yain Tapuchim, Chametz Hispanios. Honey from dates, which is considered to be fruit juice, apple wine, also fruit juice, Chametz Hispanios, and the vinegar from grapes, which only get ripe in the fall, which is the winter. Says the Rash, they're not considered to be suitable for wine, only for food, and the wine is considered to be vinegar. So evidently these are all considered to be mei peros. Shar mei peros shel truma. Lezer says if a zor eats them, the chayav keren b'chlemesh. Yeshua pater Yeshua paters. Lezer says they are tamei on account of mashke. And Yeshua says lomer chachamim shiva mashke kimone patamim. When Chazal mentioned 7 beverages, they didn't mention like people who count the samim, who count inaccurately, but they were precise. But in any event, so according to Rabbi Eliezer, they have a din mashkin, ve'zor has to eat chum. According to Rabbi Shua, there is zeya ba'alma, therefore there is no chomesh. According to Rabbi Eliezer, they are mashke, they can be matame and makshel kabatuma. According to Rabbi Yeshua, they cannot. And Brian Mayman, they wanted to say Bnei Beis Medrash initially says more. What's this Rabbi Yeshua? Only about the chomesh. Rabbi Eliezer because it's made peros truma, like peros truma, and for all intents and purposes, therefore there's a chomesh, and Rabbi Yeshua does not. Although Karen, after Rabbi Yeshua, but in terms of Karen, Rabbi Yeshua also concedes you have to pay the value to the Kohen, because you cause the Kohen lost. Ma pliyin l'shavar. What's the what Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yeshua argue? They argue after you made the fruit into truma, and then the honey trickled out, and you ate it. Rabbi Yeshua packers from the chemish, because after it becomes honey, it no longer has the same truma. It is considered to be moment shave it, and if you have to pay the keren, but it's not. So the same truma is no chomesh. But according to this, before your korei shem truma, if at that time when the pears is still tevel, that the beverage flows from the tevel that you have to still fix, then after you should be you're chayev to take off trumas and meisus on these meiperos shazavu. They also have the status of tevel, right? So therefore you have to take off trumas and meisus on them. V'atani didn't we learn vash tmorim date honey? Rabbi Eliezer mechayev meisus, as it says, yeah, it's chayev meisus, which is the shita. So, but Rabbi Yeshua pater, Shul paters says you never have to take off trumas and meisus on it. Sounds like even if it's zav before you take off trumas and meisus, you don't take off trumas and meisus. Lo kasha. It's not difficult. Says Gemara. Conscious zavu mishanit belu. After here, talking about a case where they flowed out after it became tevel. Then Rabbi Yeshua says you're chayev. Kan, we're talking about sab achelonit belu before they became chayev and trumas and meisus, such as they were before ro pnei bayis, in which they weren't yet chalishim tevel. Even before the tevel stage, and after they flowed, then ro pnei bayis. With that, Rabbi Yeshua paters. Then the Gemara goes on to say, "More Rabbi Eliezer, she'im isa hatmorim kan." If you done this, here different gears from the Vilna itself. The Vilna itself says that Moira Lezishim Isa Tmorim Afilu Baspambia Dovshan Mutter. The Kamrakas again says Moira Lezishim Isa Tmorim Khan Afilu Baspambia Dovshan Mutter. But the main point is that if you don't take into account the honey is tough out to the actual um, dates. So if you took from dates on dates, even though some of them honey flowed from and some of the honey didn't flow from, it's fine. We go by the dates. Milsamar, it says Milsamashu Maisam at Tamarim al Advash Lefi Tamarim. Take Maisam Tamarim on the honey according to the amount of dates, and you don't have to make a separate cheshbon for the honey which flowed from them. So Dov Sharmuter means the Dvash is automatically included, tough out to the dates themselves. Okay, Gemara says, and I think this is to underline the point. He says, not mechayev the honey in Maisvus. Well, it's not just underline the point. He's going, no. He's saying differently. He's saying that that what Bryson said, Dvash tomorrow, maybe less is mechayev and Maisvus doesn't mean that you have to be Maisvus the honey by itself, because the honey is not choshev. It's not suitable to be true or Maisvus. But rather, you shouldn't eat the dates al hadvash until you also take off meiser on the honey. And this is it's important because you can't use the honey in order to make shumas and meises. You shouldn't eat from the dates until you also fix the other dates and the honey. Because you eat all the dates and you have honey left over, honey will never have been fixed. So you have to make sure to use the dates to fix the other dates in honey, right? As it says, don't eat up all the dates because then the dvash is going to be stuck in limbo. Now, but the thing is, like, according to what he's saying, Rabbi Nosson, it's not like we said before. What I said before that what I said before, milsamar shumaisim latmar ma'advash l'fiyatmar. Don't take account the weight of the dvash. The dvash is tougher altogether. So it sounds like in that case, if you didn't take off from, if you took off from tomorrow, it didn't have in mind the dvash anyway is okay. But this teaches us that according to Rabbi Yossan, that shumaisim latmar l'fiyatmar, you have to go by weight. And he argues in the Brisa before, and you have to actually take into account dates. So you mafresh on the dates plus the honey by weight or by volume, actually, it's probably by the way saying it. So in any event, the point is that it's not that the honey is tafel and batel. You have to take off honey, the shumas from dates on the dates and the honey, but taka has to include the volume of the honey in the sum total and do that and take off shumas mice accordingly. Okay, so that is brings us to the top of Kuf Amud Aleph, the two dots, and we'll stop here for today.